Ash and Poppy finally made it to the Playcare, a place buried deep in the heart of the haunted toy factory, where the shadows seemed to breathe and every echo sounded like a distant scream. The air was thick with the scent of old plastic and something far fouler, something that reeked of lost childhoods and broken dreams.
We have to pick up a friend first,
Poppy said, her lips curling into that porcelain doll smile, too wide, too perfect, eyes glassy and unblinking, as if she were savoring a secret only she and the darkness shared. With a lightness that didn't match the gloom, Poppy climbed onto my shoulder, her tiny fingers cold as ice against my skin, and pointed the way to home sweet home. That was the orphanage wing, where laughter used to fill the halls, before they twisted every child into something monstrous, trapping their souls inside hollow, grinning toys. We crept inside. The place was a slaughterhouse, walls streaked with dried blood, sticky and black in the flickering light, shattered toys lying in pieces, their limbs bent at impossible angles and faces frozen in silent screams. It felt like the walls themselves watched us, hungry for new victims. Still, we pressed forward, hearts pounding, and found the room Poppy was searching for. Kissy Missy sat on a sagging, stained bed, her plush form slumped, staring blankly at a faded photograph clutched in her limp hand, a photo of a little girl, smiling, now just a ghost.
Kissy!
Poppy called out, leaping from my shoulder to throw her arms around her friend.
I missed you,
She whispered, her voice trembling with something like relief, or maybe desperation. Kissy Missy couldn't speak, her mouth was stitched shut, but Poppy seemed to understand her all the same, like they shared some silent, psychic bond forged in horror and pain.
Let's go kill the prototype,
Poppy said, her voice chillingly casual, as if she were suggesting a game instead of murder. We turned to leave, but then a sudden hiss filled the hall, and thick red gas began to pour from cracks in the walls, swirling around our feet. Through the dense mist, I glimpsed something enormous and feline, its eyes smoldering like coals, a monstrous cat, prowling in the blood haze.
Run!
Poppy shrieked, her voice cracking with terror. We bolted, racing towards the gas production zone, but the fumes clawed at our lungs, burning and suffocating, smothering my mind in darkness. My legs buckled. I collapsed, the world going black before I could reach the door. When I awoke, I was slumped in a desk in a classroom, the air stifling, oppressive. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead, casting long, twitching shadows that seemed to reach for us. Poppy and Kissy Missy were next to me, dazed but alive. The walls were covered in childish drawings, but every smile was twisted, every sun bled crimson, and stick figures hung from trees. Then Miss Delight entered, a teacher once meant to nurture children, now a twisted parody of care, her face stretched into a grotesque grin, eyes glinting with sadistic joy.
Looks like we've got some very naughty students,
She purred, her voice a razor blade dipped in honey. Catnap sent her, she said, to keep us trapped. Her laugh was jagged, cracking, as if something inside her was breaking loose.
Don't think you'll mess with our plans,
She sneered, her gaze boring into me, into my soul. Miss Delight left the room, but the door didn't lock.
Now's our chance.
I hissed, heart hammering, gesturing frantically at the exit. We grabbed whatever weapons we could find. Poppy snatched a rusty nail, sharp as a needle and caked with something dark. I found a butcher's knife, heavy and cold, its blade stained and not just with rust. Kissy Missy hefted a splintered plank, nails jutting from its end like fangs. We crept toward the door, every step torture, the floorboards creaking like dying voices. But Miss Delight was waiting, her smile wider than ever, teeth gleaming as she blocked our escape.
You really thought you could escape?
She spat, voice twisted with glee.
And I was just starting to have fun.
Her hand darted behind her back and she produced a chainsaw, its roar splitting the air, drowning out our screams. In a spray of blood, she swung it at Kissy Missy. The blade tore through plush and flesh alike, severing Kissy's right arm. Blood and stuffing exploded across the room, painting the walls in fresh horror.
Kissy!
Poppy screamed, voice raw with agony. I lunged at Miss Delight, gripping the knife with shaking hands, and hurled it at her. Time slowed, the blade spun, glinting in the sickly light, and struck her squarely in the skull. Blood jetted from the wound. Her body crumpled, chainsaw clattering to the floor with a sickening thud.
Wow, I can't believe that worked.
I gasped, breath ragged, every nerve alight with terror and adrenaline. Poppy didn't hesitate.
This way.
She cried, her porcelain face smeared with blood. We tore through the hallways, heading for the gas production zone, but Catnap was waiting, his monstrous silhouette filling the passage, eyes burning with hatred and hunger.
You should have left.
He growled, his voice echoing with malice and something ancient, something that hungered for suffering. Before we could move, his claws closed around us, iron strong. He dragged us, thrashing and screaming, to a massive hatch in the floor.
The prototype will handle you.
Catnap hissed, his breath hot and foul. With a single heave, he hurled us down into the darkness below, the hatch slamming shut above us with a booming finality. Now we're trapped in the abyss, the walls closing in, shadows writhing, the stench of blood and fear suffocating. Is this how it ends for us? Or do we have even the faintest hope of clawing our way out of this nightmare, or will we become just another set of haunted toys, lost and screaming in the endless dark?